Hi guys, Charles Harlan here from Charles Harlan Fishing on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And today, instead of showing you any of our soft plastics that we use to catch trout, bass, crappie, perch, anything that swims that can fry, I'm going to show you how to make a simple jig so that you can actually go out and make your own, catch some fish, and it feels pretty cool to catch a fish right off your own lure. So we're going to start out with an 8-ounce Bass Pro Shops jig head, round ball. We're going to load that up. Today we're going to make a chartreuse Woolybuger. So we're going to start off with some sparkly chartreuse, one piece of hackle, and one piece of marabou. So the first thing that we're going to do is the thing that I believe in tons, is making a solid base for your fly so it doesn't pull apart real easy in the water and you can catch multiple fish with it. So you're going to wrap it all the way from the tail, all the way to the head, all the way back. Take your tag end, fold that down, and then you're going to wrap that down right on top there, and then come on back to the tail, and we'll get that started here. So you're going to take your one piece of marabou that you got right here, you're just going to pinch it in your fingers, come up until you get your desired tail length. That's about good for me, right there, about an inch or so. You're going to tie that on. So you're going to wrap it around 3 or 4 times loosely and then pull it real taut. And then you're going to pull the front of the feather back. You're going to wrap in front of that, effectively creating a V-lock. Then at that point you can go ahead and cut off your excess. Always save your excess. I always tell people, because you can always use that nice piece of feather somewhere else as an accent on another fly or jig. So as you can see right here, we have a little bit that we need to wrap down. So we're going to go ahead and wrap that down here. So once you get that all the way wrapped down, you're going to take your flash or your chenille and you're going to cut off your desired length that you want. For me, it's about 2.5 inches or so on an 8-ounce jig. So you'll take the front of it and just go ahead and wrap that down right where the tail meets. Make a real good solid base. A lot of times right here, I'll actually run the thread all the way up to the base of the jig head and then wrap it all the way back just to create that nice strong base. At that point, you're going to go ahead and wrap all the way to the front of the fly or the jig, whichever you're creating, because that's where our hackle is going to go. And then you'll just start wrapping on the chenille right from the tail all the way to the front. Now these are pretty good at catching perch, trout, crappie, bluegill, pretty much any kind of panfish that you want. You can go ahead and make any color of these. I like to turn these into perch patterns by adding orange to them. Or a lot of times we just make them out of black and brown, which is pretty common for a lot of fish patterns. At that point, you're going to go ahead and wrap it off right at the head. And then again, you're going to pull that back, your tail end just back a little bit, creating a V-lock right there, wrap right in front of it. At that point, you can cut off your excess. And then we're going to grab our single piece of hackle right here. And you're just going to take a little bit off the back end, exposing the bone of the feather right there. And that's what you're going to tie on right at the head. And all of these products that we're using today came from Bass Pro Shops. There we go. And you're going to take that tag end. Oh, that broke off, so we're not going to use that. But we can still wrap a little bit in front to create that V-lock. Then at that point, you'll take your hackle, turn it sideways a little bit, and then just start turning it down. Start turning it sideways so it gets nice and poofy. And you do 3 to 4 wraps, ideally. So there's 3. We're going to go ahead and pull the hackle back a little bit so we can grab our end we're not going to be using here. And then we're going to take that and just tie it down real secure. Again, using a V-lock. So we're going to take the part we're going to cut off, tie it right in front of that. And then we're going to go ahead and cut off our excess right here. At that point, you can use any variety of knots that you like for tying down your threads. Basically what I take my 2 fingers, put it down on the top of the thread, wrap around, and then just make a few turns like that. Put it right back down on the hook, and then just give it a good quick top pull there. Excellent. We'll do that 2 or 3 times just to make sure that our feathers are secure and that our base is strong. And at that point, you are all finished. And in just a few minutes or a minute and a half or so, you can have yourself something that's going to catch 3, 4, maybe even 8 fish. I've gotten 6 fish out of one of these in about 10 minutes one time. And there you go, guys. There's your Woolybuger. And I'll see you when you get on the water. See you next time, folks.